We are 4 weeks away from one of the most important elections that we have ever seen in New Jersey. Let's talk about it. Yes, I am talking about the Democratic and Republican primaries for governor, where there are 11 different people running. 5 of the Democratic candidates participated in a candidate forum last night, and I'm going to tell you all the highlights that you need to know. But more importantly, have you already made up your mind about who you're voting for? And if not, what are you waiting for? We're going to cover transportation, affordable housing, and S2, the funding formula. They also did talk about immigration, but I have a full video on that in this playlist. For transportation, they talked mostly about the potential New Jersey transit strike and everything that's going on at Newark Airport. Stephen Fulop, current mayor of Jersey City, said for New Jersey Transit, he thinks that they should be paid fairly and that he wants to put more dedicated funding towards New Jersey Transit by doing things like canceling the Turnpike widening project. For Newark Airport, he thinks it's mainly a staffing issue. He wants the FAA to bring in more staff and get creative with it. Mikey Sherrill, current congresswoman, she said if she were governor right now, she would make NJ Transit and their workers sit down and negotiate 24/7 until they reached a deal. In terms of Newark, she talked about how she has personal experience flying in really crowded airspaces. She actually put out a really excellent video explaining all of the issues. I highly recommend watching it. Ras Baraka, he said the issue with New Jersey Transit is that they need more dedicated funding, similar to Fulop. For Newark Airport, he said it is partially a staffing issue, partially they need to fix their technology, and then also that it's just too crowded and they need to spread out flights. Steve Sweeney said that if he were governor right now, he would be able to get New Jersey Transit workers a fair deal because he negotiates for a living. For Newark, he said that this is solely a Trump problem. We did not have these problems before Trump. And Josh Gottheimer, he said a whole lot of nothing last night. He just doesn't want to raise prices on anything, but he also doesn't want to raise taxes. He's going to cut them. I don't really know. Moving on to affordable housing, yeah, Josh just said we need to cut taxes, and he's got a 40-page document, and this is where it devolved a little bit because Ras Baraka called him out and said, oh yeah, you want to give millionaires tax cuts too, like not me, I want to tax the billionaires. And this is where Ras Baraka said we need to invest more in public housing, we need to build more, we need to be working with building and trade unions. Sweeney also said that we need to be building more and using all of the affordable housing money that's sitting around. Mikey Sherrill also said that we need to build more. She did also talk about tax abatements and tax credits. And at this point, both Ras Baraka and Stephen Fulop both kind of interjected and were like, yeah, we already do that. I'm by no means an expert in housing policy, just telling you what they said. This is where I think Fulop was pretty condescending. He was like, how many buildings have you built? How many deals have you negotiated? Which is bold for a man who I think one of his biggest criticisms is the housing and development in Jersey City. They also talked about S2, the school funding formula. Pretty much they're all in agreement that it needs to be changed in some way. There was a lot of talk about regionalization and that every school district should be pre-K to 12. None of them had fully formed plans, and I think that's okay. School funding in New Jersey is incredibly complex, and honestly, I don't want them to think that they have the solution while they're campaigning. Next time we hear from these people will be Sunday night for a full 2.5-hour debate. Let me know if you want a recap of that too.